everything spirals back down to, if you have this belief that you will not allow to be questioned, like what we're seeing right now, inevitably will happen. And I wanted to ask you guys if you think that the southern border crisis is connected to, or could be connected to, possible terrorist attacks in America coming from Hamas.
They've been reporting that for the last 3 days, I think it is, that there's reports coming from the southern border that there's going to be attacks in most major cities. I mean, and Hamas even called for Islamic people to attack people that they know are Jewish.
Let's just go around. So, Frosttown, I assume if there's reports of this, then it's not really a matter of if, but how worried about this, about Hamas attacking America, should we be?
I mean, Hamas agents themselves, I'm more worried about, people who are sympathetic, who may not, be a, card-carrying member of the cause. But I do put the risk, the attack is called for, this Friday, October 13th, to do a massive attack. And
yikes!
I was right about, why, and this was the whole point where I was correct about my call about why Hamas did this. This is a call to arms. So for the United States, I would put it at a moderate threat. I would go the terror, level, warning level. I put this in the yellow or orange. There is a good chance here that there could be minor attacks. My biggest, concern right now is the flood of migrants that have been happening in Europe. I do, I do believe there will be a massive terrorist attack in Europe, on Friday.
Wow, and Frosttown did predict what we just saw at the beginning of this. So hopefully you're wrong, but I don't know if you're going to be. So I have one more thing here that I think is going to be interesting. Actually, let's get what Nuance Bro retweeted this. So from memory, senior Hamas official Ali Baraka, we have secret. Well, he says it, but Nuance says, once again, it appears America and the American people will suffer due to our support for Israel. I struggle to see the upside or benefits being worth the cost. Only democracy in the Middle East. Why should I care? Exactly what Daniel was just talking about. The 0 hour was kept completely secret.
Shithead. Later.
A limited number of Hamas leaders knew it. The number of people who knew about the attack and its timing could be counted on one hand. This is coming from senior Hamas official. In the past couple of years, Hamas has adopted a quote unquote rational approach. A rational approach. It did not go into any war and did not join the Islamic Jihad in its recent battle. Sounds like bullshit. Tell me, stop me at any point if you guys want me to.
Well, hold on. I wanted to speak on that question you had asked earlier about Hamas attacking the U.S.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I think on a long enough timeline, sure, they're going to do it. I think any immediate moment, fuck no. They're not stupid enough. Here's the main reason. Up until Pearl Harbor was attacked, we were 100% out of the war. Then Pearl Harbor was attacked. We unified as a country. We walked in. We started whipping ass. 9/11, same basic concept. We were all fighting amongst each other, bickering, pissing, moaning. 9/11 gave us a rallying point. We attacked an entire two countries for almost no reason for 10 years.
I do need to kind of push back on that because it is not a the Empire of Japan is completely different from a terrorist organization. And I do believe America has quite a sense of war weariness because of the past 20 years we've spent in Iraq and Afghanistan.
I think you guys are already planning for when the terrorist attack happens. I'm thinking false flags. I'm thinking the U.S. government wants to get into this really bad. And then the government wants to, yeah. But I think the second that they actually do attack, that is when the populace will sit down. And I think Frosty's correct, 1,000%. We are wary of war. Nobody wants a war. Look what my statement was right at the beginning. But you come attack us right off the bat? No. We're a very vengeful country. We will come smack the shit out of you right back.
But why are you so why are you so confident that they wouldn't do it? Like, I understand what you're saying, that after Pearl Harbor, that we got into the war, but if this is what they want, if they want a jihad across the world, like, exactly, took the words right out of my mouth. Shit is gonna go down. Why? I agree that it seems to be like a matter of when and not if. What makes you so confident? I mean, I would love if you're correct. I'm just not.
Like I said, on a long enough timeline, I guarantee they'll do it. But I don't think they'll do it short term. They don't want to poke that big of a bear that quickly, man. They want to start a little smaller than that. That way they can start gaining, smaller places to start, agreeing with them. If they get us to attack and obliterate right off the bat, all they've done is martyr themselves. Sure, somebody else will take up a flag, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to actually fight that same battle.
We have seen, that it is an obliteration. These, insurgent wars. Taking hold, warfare, could be at the end, of its lifespan. I, really am quite certain that we can no longer take and hold victory because of civilian grade drone technology and civilian grade, 3D printing, allows you to arm your people more. And a war will only end when one side runs out of the means to fight that war. With how technology has gone today, we're going to see endless wars here, and it is not. This was my initial call when Hamas attacked Israel. Hamas wanted to get Islamic countries to attack Israel. Hamas could further this if they really get the United States to join in, because they could honestly drive a lot more Islamic states to say, well, look at us, the great Satan is coming out. We have to fight for Allah. We have to this will be a completely religious war.
Well, and it's very interesting because we have a running poll right now. And you guys know that I use a very vague language because I don't want, I like to see how you guys interpret stuff. And so the poll is simply, who are the bad guys? And the options are Israelis, people who do this for God. 3 is Palestine, and 4 is Hamas. And guess which 2 are tied? The people who do this for God and Hamas. So it's very clear that and I mean, this is not going to be solved, but as a core issue of this channel, that dogmatic thinking is such a bad thing. Everything spirals back down to, if you have this belief that you will not allow to be questioned, shit like what we're seeing right now inevitably will happen. It's not a question of if, it is a question of when.
Well, I mean, what could possibly counteract that? Are we talking about the idea of completely outlawing religion?
No, but I would love to, I would love to create a culture where we have the values of what we would call an American identity, that we believe in the same things that a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim might believe in as an American. But you don't have there's no truth claim that you need to believe in order to accept. I think a lot, especially on the cultural right, we spend a lot of time fighting over how we got to the beliefs that we all share. It's like we all believe that we should care about family and community and grace and forgiveness and merit and capitalism and all these things. But because I believe in those and you believe in those, but I believe in those because of things that I've seen in the world and moral philosophy and this and that, and you believe in this because you believe in God and God says so. So that's it. The problem, even like it's not an issue in terms of us coming together to defeat a different ideology with different values. But when it comes to the values that we hold, and we see that we don't actually need that religious aspect, then it should really just fade over time. But it's not going to get that opportunity if we always come back to, nope, you have to have God. That's just a bad religion. That's just a bad dogma. Ours is better. Yeah, we went through a Reformation and we did, but the core idea that it is okay, not just for an individual, but for a group of people, and even worse, a country itself, a government, to operate on ideas that are unfalsifiable, will always end in this type of terroristic, it's a zero-sum game. It's a zero-sum game. They all say, I have the right God, and you are wrong. And so you must die for that. And there's no argument there to be had. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.